Imagine just a whole bunch of islands scattered throughout the Pacific Ocean and then all combined together to form a country where a bunch of Asians are kind of speaking some sort of Spanish, but not really, but then some sort of English, but not really. Yeah, that's the Philippines for you.
Hey friends, Kermit the Frog here. Not many of you guys know this, but I'm actually from the Philippines, so I'm gonna pass the mic off to my good old friend Kanal, and he's gonna tell you what we're learning about today. Fine.
It's time to learn about the Philippines now!
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Who even are you?
Whoa, I'm a professional.
Well, if you're really professional, what does the flag of the Philippines look like?
The flag looks like this. The triangle represents liberty, equality, and fraternity.
Ha! Sigma Chi.
The blue rectangle represents peace, truth, and justice. The red rectangle symbolizes patriotism and valor. The flag features a sun with 8 rays. Each ray of the sun represents the 8 provinces. In May 28, 1898, after the return of Emilio Aguinaldo from exile in Hong Kong, Filipino troops were once engaged in battle, and the flag was created as a revolutionary standard. Breaking news! Militants attacked soldiers in southern Philippines on Jolo Island. The parties that were involved were the 2 people that were killed, the Philippines government, and the militants linked to the Islamic State. Multiple citizens were caught in a crossfire when a group of the Abu Sayyaf attacked those in the Philippines. This problem is escalating quickly, and the island of Jolo is being fought on and could potentially turn into a official war zone, which could be costly to the lives of those in the Philippines. Now, back to the hosts.
Alright, we would like to take this time to thank our sponsor, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has allowed us to make videos like this, with Kermit voice changers, information on the Philippines, and Kanal, do you have anything else?
Yeah, we get to pour buckets of water on your head.
What? Buckets of water? Ah! I turn it off.
Okay.
The Philippines is a democratic republic located in the western Pacific Ocean and 1,210 kilometers off the coast of Vietnam. It's separated in the north from the Tasman by the Bashi Channel. The Philippines is made up of the Philippine Islands within Eurasian plate. The Philippines is at risk for earthquakes, landslides, cyclone floods, volcanic eruption.
The water out here is crazy. This umbrella isn't even helping. There's so much rain. It's practically raining buckets out here. It's freezing. Get it? Raining buckets. Okay, come on, you do it too. No, not again. Oh no.
In the Philippines, lawmakers had issued for every graduating class to plant at least 10 trees in order to graduate or move on to their next grade level of school. This is part of the country's new solution to combat the rising carbon emissions of the world. The Philippines is also a part of the Paris Climate Agreement, and lawmakers believe in order to live up to that, the overall amount of carbon emissions emitted in the nation needs to be decreased. By implementing such laws, the next generation will be more environmentally conscious and more active in taking climate action. This is ultimately the Philippines' goal in all of this.
The Philippines is located in the Pacific Ocean off of the southeastern coast of Asia, and it is east of Vietnam. It is an island with maritime borders of China, Japan, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, Indonesia, and Palau. Its absolute location is 12.87 latitude and 121.77 longitude. The capital is Manila, and they drive on the left side of the road. And they use types A, B, and C outlets. The origins of the Philippines basically went like this. There was this explorer, Ruy Lopez de Villalobos, and in 1542, he went on an exploration funded by Philip II of Spain. He found the Philippines, and to be like, hey, thanks man, he named it the Philippines. And that is exactly how it got its name.
So the Philippines basically just has a bunch of different ethnic groups that no one really was expecting.
The Tagalog, the Cebuana, the Bicol, the Ilocano, the Hiligaynon, the Bisaya, and the Wabe.
population of 107 million people, with 28.1% of them identifying as ethnically Tagalog. Speaking the Tagalog language, 81% of the country is Roman Catholic, making it one of the only two Catholic majority countries in Southeast Asia, the other one being East Timor. Other religions include... It has a population of 107 million people, with 28.1 identifying as ethnically Tagalog, speaking the Tagalog language. 81% of the country is Roman Catholic, making it one of the only two majority Catholic countries in Southeast Asia, the other one being East Timor. Other religions include Islam, making up about 5.6% of their countries, and other small groups of Buddhist communities as well. English and Filipino are the two official languages, with most being able to speak one or the other, and that about covers it. The friend zone is next.
I'm like literally in love with you.
Yeah, about that. You're in the friend zone.
What?
Hi, welcome to the Friend Zone, a place I know very well. Here, we see a country's biggest crush telling them they just want to be friends. And for the Philippines, the US is definitely their biggest crush.
What is he doing?
And it's in the now. Look at that. And then in Philippines, Robert. And now, watch out. Because when the things start coming together, then you have more things.
Where is
And
he
when
even
stuff-
going?
And then when
What's
stuff
he
like
doing?
bam, bam, bam,
What?
goes to like that, it's just like, you don't know what you're doing. You know?
Is he leaving? Is he giving a house tour?
The US has even previously stated that the Philippines is possibly their greatest and oldest ally in Asia. After World War II, the Philippines even maintained a great relationship since the US actually helped liberate them from Japan.
Oh, your jacket when I'm cold? Does this mean we're dating?
No!
The US has also remained a huge export partner with the Philippines, and the Philippines also even assisted the US in the Iran-Iraq war, fighting amongst their own US forces. Okay.
The US too? Not again.
However, when it comes to other nations, the Philippines have also stated that Japan, their former colonizer, along with Spain, and Australia have been great friends with them, with Japan also being an active donor towards their aids, and Australia even supporting them in the current South China Sea dispute. But when it comes to their biggest frenemies, most Filipinos would probably say it'd be China. China has made up a big portion of their exports. However, when it comes to everything else, it's just an utter catastrophe. In terms of the South China Sea, the Philippines has a claim towards part of the sea, but China just completely ignored every other country's claim, including the Philippines, and decided that they should start building islands in order to expand their claim. They've been condemned by the international community for doing this, and this has ultimately severed most of the Philippines and China's relationships with each other. What time is it? Current event time. The South China Sea issue is probably one of the most raging topics amongst all Southeast Asian countries. China has basically claimed all of the South China Sea because of its resources there, and the Philippines and like all other Southeast Asian countries were like, whoa, take it easy, man. They started building islands in order to expand their territorial disputes, and even one time a US ship was passing by and they told them to turn around. This strong stance for the South China Sea has caused the Philippines president, Roberto Duarte, to start having a very strong stance against Beijing and even threatening to go to war against China. Of course, this is just him trying to use intimidation tactics, because we all know this actually wouldn't happen, but it shows just how riveting this whole issue is. Okay. Regardless of what Roberto Duarte said, most Filipinos are actually on board. Because there was even a recent article released which the title said, "We are Filipinos and we hate China." As you can see, this whole issue and whole topic has ultimately torn apart Philippines and China's relationships together.
Well, time for my current event. What would be a Geography Now parody without a little bit of politics and a lot of controversy? Extrajudicial killings in the Philippines has been one of the most controversial topics at hand for them. For those of you who don't know, extrajudicial killings are the execution of a person by the government without due process of law. There is no trial for these people, and the government in the Philippines uses these commonly. This is why the US and the Philippines are really good friends. There is no denying the effectiveness of killing these bad people, but the Philippines have been using these extrajudicial killings to execute anyone who they are told might be dealing drugs or smuggling drugs into their country. There are even some instances where the government just kills people who are doing drugs to stop the problem. I mean, if the drug lords have no one to sell to, then I guess that they'll stop coming, right? Well, anyways, this has killed over 12,000 drug suspects in just 2 years.
I got murder on my mind. 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 Yeah.
This has been thought of as a global issue, and the international community has condemned the Philippines for violating human rights. Whew, that was a lot. Now let's move on to something a lot more simple.
Ultimately, the Philippines is a beautiful country with many islands I'd land on, with stunning views and beaches that are within the reach of the South China Sea. It's tough stuff, but still cute stuff type of country, and definitely going to be one of the more emerging economies and powers in Southeast Asia. Thanks for watching, and your Period 5 final is next.